You love when your team scores and the camera whips to the head coach. He's holding up the 2 fingers. We're going for 2. That's what we're doing now. I'll tell you in a second. What you're looking at there is Triple G, Greg Rosenthal, our guy's top 10 free agents of 2026. Now, he's got the QB1 for somebody, Mr. $30+ million, whatever it's going to be. Malik Willis just had this crazy rise last year, did a little bit of action with Jordan Love, looked really good. And he's sitting there at number 1 looking down at some real studs. It's a who's who, a lot of guys you know, including the Super Bowl MVP at number 10. But we're going to pick either from this list, guys, or from the entire crop. Yes. A deep dive in what we call going for 2. This is very simple. The first of the 2 points we're going to get is about the top 3 free agents. Manti, you get 3 flavors, 3 scoops on the cone, all right?
A Neapolitan?
Yeah.
Do
it. Come on.
I love it.
He's got him excited.
I love Neapolitan ice cream.
Excellent.
I also love Mike Evans. Mike Evans is number 1 on my list, okay? So Mike Evans, I don't know why Mike
That
Evans.
ice cream's been in the freezer for a while.
It's been on a freezer, but it's been delicious. Though. It's hit every single time. It's one of the best flavors of ice cream that you can get, especially if you're a quarterback, right? I always go back to the Super Bowl. One of the things that everybody kept talking about with Drake May is his ability to diagnose defenses and Seattle's ability to disguise coverages. You want to eliminate that? Put a man like that at X wide receiver and see how long a defense stays in their disguise. You can't disguise when you have somebody like that. I look at the LA Rams and look what they did with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I will say this, and I love Puka. I think they struggled more when Devontae was out versus when they had Puka. When Puka was out. When Devontae Adams wasn't in the game for the latter part of that season, that offense really struggled. So if you're a team that's looking for a single wide receiver, an X wide receiver, a guy that can body DBs, put somebody like Mike Evans out there.
I've said this, man. Hold on. I've said I think Mike Evans is the greatest Buccaneer of all time.
Yes.
Does it mess with you a little bit to see him moving out of that Buccaneers uniform? But sometimes that's life, right? I want him to be Buck for life. Forever. But, you know, the money's got to work out and all that. You know what I mean?
Well, it reminded me of, you mentioned seeing him in a different color uniform. It's like when Brian Dawkins went to the Broncos for a little bit.
It's very strange.
You know what I mean?
We can keep going.
Oh, it broke me. You know
sometimes it doesn't work out so well. I mean, we got Patrick Ewing on the Magic, you know?
Hey, so I got Mike Evans as number 1. Mike Evans is number 1. Number 2, I got Trey Hendrickson. Now, Trey Hendrickson.
That's your guy. That's my guy. I love Trey.
That's a noose. I mean, he had an injury-ridden year last year, but people seem to forget that 2023 and 2024, the guy had 17.5 sacks both years. There's only 3 other guys to accomplish the same feat. Reggie White, Mark Castanova of the New York Sack Exchange, and J.J. Watt. He has, since joining the Bengals, he had 61 sacks. Guys, there's Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Michael Parsons. So if you want to have that type of guy on your team, right, if you want to be able to do what a lot of the elite defenses do, and that's be able to only rush 4 and drop 7, add a guy like Trey Hendrickson to your team, to your roster, to your defense, and I promise you, it'll get a lot easier for you if you're a defensive coordinator.
I feel like that guy who goes to a new team is so motivated, breath of fresh air. Like, I feel like it's real stale in Cincinnati for him. Don't you just feel like maybe he could use a change?
He could use a change.
A revival.
A little revival, just a little bit of fresh air, right?
Gosh,
and another guy that I think would need a little bit of fresh air, and it'll be a great fresh air for teams nowadays who like to go out on 4th down. You know, this has been the most the NFL teams have gone for it on 4th down in NFL history. Well, if you want to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, or go for it on 2, like we're going for 2 here. If you want to go for 2, add somebody like Tyler Algier to your roster. See what he's able to do for you on 4th down. How many times have we seen, we're going to talk about the tush push later in the show, how many times have we seen the tush push even stop that time? But when you have this guy who's one of our favorite guys for anger during the season.
Absolutely excellent.
Hand the ball to this guy in the red zone. I look again to the Seattle Seahawks. You had Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP. Zach Charbonnet, when they got into the red zone, was the red zone threat.
He's a lot like Charbonnet.
He's a lot like Charbonnet, right? So, again, if you want to be able to do things the way that the best in the NFL do, look at the different characteristics of the guys that they have here. Tyler Algier was the 1B, or maybe RB2. You know, that's more accurate in Atlanta. Give him an opportunity to shine on his own accord, and I promise you guys, he's going to get a lot of anger receptors. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
and he's going to convert a lot of 4th down. So, Isaiah, that's my 3. I'm going to write it down.
I like it.
You get it with Algier. It's like he's got to go after Vince Carter in the dunk contest. You know, like Bijan is a talented, ridiculously cool-looking dude. And Algier comes in, all he does is move chains, like absolutely kick-ass, score touch. I've always loved Algier. It's tough to be with Bijan. Like, it's a shiny object in the room. We love Bijan. Yeah. But that dude plays really hard. I love him. Always love his game.
I love him the fact that he's a downhill guy. You give him the ball, if you meet him in the A gap, that's one of the last.
He knows exactly where he's going to go before the ball snaps. Yeah. I'm going there.
He's still got those like 1990s Eddie George shoulder pads too. Like he's got some of the biggest pads in the league, and that like lets you know like this is how I run.
Yeah, absolutely. I like your list. I respect your list.
Thank you,
I'm gonna go a little bit different direction though. Okay, I'm gonna go to a running back not as necessarily physical as your man you were just talking about Algier, but I'm gonna go with Kenneth Walker III. Kenneth Walker III, I'm huge on selecting guys that create problems for the opposition, right? Kenneth Walker III is somebody that you cannot ignore. It doesn't matter if it's in the running game or the passing game. This dude is an absolute threat. We saw a dose of it, obviously, in the Super Bowl. He go out there and became the MVP. He's an absolute beast. Stature, he's low to the ground. He's solid. He's strong. He's explosive. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can make you miss. If you give up the edge, this dude's going to take the edge and he's going to take it all the way to the house. He is an absolute game changer. So if I am another organization right now, I am doing everything I can to get him out of Seattle because he is just that difference maker. Even though they have a Charbonnet, you like the fact that Kenneth Walker III can change the entire game as he did in the Super Bowl.
Isaiah, I got Kenneth Walker III. Like it's the algorithm has his teeth into me. Everyone keeps feeding me since the Super Bowl because I talked about him a lot. I stumbled upon some. If you have like 12 minutes today, if you're on a plane or something, go to YouTube and type in Kenneth Walker III college highlights. You will not believe.
Man.
Poor Northwestern. I'm still feeling for Northwestern trying to tackle this guy. Yeah. You think you've seen a lot of cool college highlights. His tape is amazing. Yeah. And now he's going down the Main Street USA and Disney, Super Bowl MVP. Really interesting to go from Super Bowl MVP to a new team like that. Yeah. Pretty rare.
I don't think John Snyder lets him out the building. Okay. I don't think he lets him out the building because he's just too dynamic of a player.
I hear that.
And in this day and age now, you need a dual threat option, right? You need a Kenneth Walker III, you need a Zach Charbonnet, you need two-headed monster. It's just the league with one running back that's kind of gone. But in order to have guys like that to be able to be effective, you need guys to block for those guys. And the next person I'm going with is going to be Tyler
Yes.
You need a young gun in the middle that's snapping the ball. Now, people don't necessarily understand this. They don't respect the fact that centers are the quarterbacks of the offensive line.
Yes.
Right? It's not about just going out there and doing your assignment. The center is literally just as knowledgeable, if not more knowledgeable than the quarterback because he has to come out and set the front. He has to come out and identify the mic. He has to be able to make sure that everybody else on the offensive line that is responsible for protecting the team's number one asset is on one accord, and we can make sure we can execute our assignments. It doesn't matter if I'm going against a smaller guy like a linebacker. It doesn't matter if a safety's coming down, or it doesn't matter if a doggone big old nose tackle is right over my head. I have to take care of my job, and he is the man that's responsible for it. He's only 25 years old. He's been blocking for Lamar Jackson. He's been blocking for Derrick Henry. This dude is seasoned. He's seen a lot of things. He's been through a lot. And if you're going to try to solidify the center of your offensive line for years to come, you might want to look at Tyler Linderbaum. And I would be crazy if the Baltimore Ravens allow him to walk in the door.
That is so important. That is so important to have because you did mention this, that they are the ones, the centers are, to dictate where the protection is sliding. A lot of our game right now is from shotgun, right? And very, very rarely do you see nowadays quarterback walk to the line of scrimmage and point out a mic. You'll see Mike's 55, but it's usually the center who's able to sit there and he'll scan and then he'll tell the other four, hey, we're going to go here. And the quarterback just stands in shotgun and just claps his hands. That's all he does, right? So I remember when we played, Nick Hardwick and Phillip Rivers would have arguments at the line of scrimmage. Phil was like, River. And Nick Hardwick would turn around and sit on the ball. We're like, we're not doing that. We're going here. So when you have that is such a luxury for a quarterback, especially these young ones that, they may struggle a little bit with identifying stuff, to have a guy who's smart, a guy who has leadership qualities, be able to sit on the football and say, hey, this guy's coming, this guy isn't. It alleviates a lot of
I like Isaiah doing the interior alignment, too. Look, there's a Packers quarterback out there. There's a Cowboys receiver. I was in this room last year. The Bears go and get Joe Tooney. And it's like, okay, it's a guard. Did you see the Bears run the ball last year against the Philadelphia Eagles, the world champs, for about 290 yards?
Matters.
When you get a center or a guard, it's not as sexy. It's not like the cool donut in the box, but like that is how Super Bowls are won. I love that pick. But give us one more, Isaiah.
I got one more for you. Okay, again, if that's the middle of your offensive line, if the running back is lining up in the middle right behind the center, then who's going to be on the opposite side of them looking at them? It's going to be your linebacker, Devin Lloyd. We've had him on the show a number of times before. He is a friend of GMFB, but this dude had 5 interceptions last year. 6'3", 235-pound, versatile type guy. He can go out there. He could be a great blitzer. He's a heck of a tackler. And then as we see his ability to be able to take the ball away, that's not common at that position. Oftentimes, Manti, as you know, linebackers, their role is to be great tacklers, be able to identify defenses, be able to play downhill, and occasionally drop into zones. But being able to drop into zones, keep your eyes on the quarterback, and actually force turnovers as a linebacker is absolutely huge. He's a game changer for that regard. He has to work on his cardio a little bit.
That's all right.
But outside of that, he's an absolute beast.
He did cash that in. He did cash that in.
No doubt. You guys just carried us through this segment. We are going to talk about the tush push later. Trust me. The tush push has gone places we didn't think it would ever go. I thought we were going to be fighting this thing for years. Now we're like, I wouldn't even care. But do we care? Do you care? Do you want it gone? Is it going to stay? It's the topic that will never die. It's like Deflategate all over again. Don't go anywhere.